Chapter, I'm here to talk about economic analysis of Nepal. First of all, starting with the population, then economic statistics and activities, third, development and science and technology, four, media, five, summary. Introduction. Nepal is one of the least developed nations in the world. Economy is heavily dependent on imports, basic materials, and foreigner markets for its forest and agriculture products. Nepal is very populated. The current population of it is 30 million. Number of live births. In 2020, the number of births in Nepal was 562,000. Number of births in Nepal fell gradually from 525 in 1971 to 562,000 in 2020 population. As you can see, this is the diagram or the graphic for the distribution of population in Nepal. As you can see, blue is male and the red is female. Geographic areas: urban, suburban, and rural density and construction, and migration rates and patterns. The current rate of migration for Nepal in 2022 is 4,000 per one population. Economic statistics and activities. The total of GNP of Nepal in 2021 is 36 million. Distribution of wealth. Income classes. Nepal's GNY per capita in 2018 was $9. The lower middle income sections of World Bank categories countries with $100 per capita to $4,000, while below 1,000 is categorized as low income in economy. The upper middle income status categories countries with $4,000 to $12,000, while countries with $12 per capita are considered high-income countries. Is this distribution distorted? Trend in common and wealth tell a clear story about the gap between the rich and poor people in Nepal. Economic inequality is extreme and growing. In 2008-2011, Nepal had one of the highest income Gini coefficients in the world. Mineral and resources. As we can see, Nepal is rich with all the minerals. Surface transportation. As we can see, there is many in Nepal, starting with air travel, bus travel, private car travel, motorcycles, and taxis and rickshaws in Nepal. Currently, there are 4 dry ports in operations: Birgans, Sisaria, Beherwaha, Behergantar, and Karavita. Nepal's ports have direct shipping connection with other countries to the import shipping lines: Rajmotar, Kathmandu, Tribunav, Nepal, Surkhes. Communication systems type. There is so many types. First of all, television, telephone, newspaper, radio service, postal service, films and music. Availability. Most widely used means of communications in Nepal are radio, television, newspaper, etc. Communication in Nepal has developed in recent years. The communication systems was very poor 50 years back. And I will leave you with some usage rates. Working conditions. Employee relation. Labor laws, also known as labor laws or employment laws, mediate the relationship between workers, employing entities, the trade unions, and the government. Collective labor law relates to the three-party relationship between employee, employer, and the union. This is some picture of employee participation. Salaries and benefits. Nepal's minimum wage is the lowest amount a worker can be legally paid for his work. Most countries have nationwide minimum wage that all workers must be paid. Nepal's minimum wage is 8,000 Nepalese rupees for a month. It equals $74 for all workers. The company includes benefits as part of compensations. According to the truth, your base salary is the combination between your benefits plus your base salary. In rare cases, the company will pay you what were you hoping in the base, in addition of offering terrific benefits. Principal industries. What proportion of GNP does each industry contribute? Nepal distribution of the gross domestic product (GDP) across economic sectors from 2010 to 2020. These are some percentage of the principal industries. As we can see in the blue are agriculture, in the black industry, third but last but not least services in the gray. Ratio of private to publicly owned industries. Foreigner investments. A qualified workforce, a welcoming business environment, large reserves of gas, oil and ore, solid banking sectors, a dynamic economy with market of 37. Me as an entrepreneur, which industry can I invest in? First of all, land. Second of all, tourism investments. Third, hydropower. For medical tourism. This is some trends for the top exporters destination of Nepal. As we can see, the most big percentage is to India, then USA, then Germany, then China. Exchange rates, single or multiple exchange rates. Nepal exchange rates, as we can see, the first of all is the US dollar, euro, then the British pound, followed by Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, Indian rupee, Chinese yen, New Zealand dollar, then Japanese yen. Currency of exchange. Nepali exchange for forex. You can exchange a Nepali rupee with an Indian rupee, but when you want to buy, you can buy it for 1.6 and selling it's 1.6. Trade restriction. Quotes. Nepal, Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, has a bicameral parliament with legislative codes for the single, lower, and upper house and subnational level. 19 of 255, 33% seats in Sambian, Sahaba, Sansad, Constituent Assembly, Legislature, Parliament are held by women. If I'm an entrepreneur and I want a license to invest in Nepal, I need 4 steps. First of all, obtain necessary approvals from the relevant ministers, departments, bodies of permit, license to conduct businesses. Step 2, register the company. Step 3, register with the tax office. Fourth and last step, open a bank. Customs duties. The budget estimate of the government custom revenue of the year 2020-2021 is 1 million crore. Types of custom duty. Basic customs duty, countervailing custom duty, additional custom duty or special, protective duty, duty, anti-dumping duty. Nepal Research and Development invests in roughly 0.45% of GDP to 29 billion in the human resources, postgraduate and higher education manpower. Is evidence of our poor vision. This is some technological skills of the labor force and general populations. Retailers. Number of retailers in Nepal. Nepal GDP, wholesale and retails trade data was reported at 4 billion in 2020. Typical size of retail outlets. According to Nepal industry policy, those industries having capital investments between 5 crores to 15 crores called medium scales industries, and capital investments more than 15 crores are called large scale industry. This is some scale of operations that the GDP wholesale and retail trades in Nepal. Export and import agents. ABC Cargo, Airlux International Freight Forwarders, Airbridge, Airlinks, Airbase, Annapurna Travel and Tourist, Atlantic Cargo, Blue Moon. And now we've come to our end of the economic analysis. As we all know that Nepal is a very poor populated country with a low economic that depends at depends on agriculture and tourism, and the biggest problem facing this country is they want to achieve a higher development, but due to political issues and political issues, corruption, and the poor education, they can't. And now I'm leaving you with this call with our Nepali friend and partnership, Saka.